Hi everyone, this is Kalyan Kumar and welcome to Product Review. In this channel, we review products including devices, softwares, we showcase how to do videos, tips and strategies, and explain in depth various tech related concepts. Now this particular video is about various types of file systems and their compatibility with different operating systems. Now I had been a Windows user all my life and I bought my first Mac about 5 years back. And at that time, I had no clue about the various file systems and which operating system used which particular format. The first issue I noticed was with my hard drive, the external hard drive, which I was using with my Windows PC without any problem. I could read data from it, I could write data into it, and I could read and write any amount of data into it. The problem was that when I hooked this up to my Mac, I could only read data from it. I could copy data from the hard drive, from this hard drive to my Mac's internal drive, but could not copy my Mac's internal storage files into this external hard drive. And obviously, I didn't know why this was happening. Moreover, when I used my pen drive, this problem was not happening. I was able to read and write both in Windows and Mac. Back and forth, I could exchange files through my Windows and Mac. And that was a pleasant surprise. But the issue with this was that I could not copy files more than 4 gigabytes into this. Any file with more than 4 gigabytes would not copy into this, even though this has a storage capacity of 128 gigabytes. And I had lot of storage left into this. But anything which was more than 4 gigabytes would fail to copy into this. Now, most of my videos in this channel have file sizes ranging from 5 gigabytes to about 30 gigabytes. And I could not even copy one video into this because of this file size limit. And I was confused as to why this was happening. Another issue that I noticed was that when I hooked up my external hard drives to my Android device, my Android tablet, some hard drives were being detected, some were not. The same issue I faced when I hooked up these hard drives to my TV, which has some USB ports in it. So when I would hook up my hard drive to that, some were detected, some were not. And I was thoroughly confused by all of this. So I decided to do some research. And I wanted to know what was happening with each of these hard drives and pen drives, why they were behaving differently with different operating systems. And when I completed my research, I was able to fairly understand what was actually going on. And in doing this research, I also realized that many of you would be facing the same problem, hence this video. So in this video, I'm going to talk about various file systems, namely FAT32, NTFS, HFS Plus, APFS, and exFAT. And if you don't know what they are, don't worry, by the end of this video, you will have a fair idea of what these are. And their compatibility with mainly 3 operating systems, Windows, Mac, and Android. A file system is the method used to create data structures that an operating system uses to keep track of files on a disk or partition. That is, the way the files are organized on the disk. For example, imagine 3 libraries of books. One library organizes the books based on the alphabetical order of the title. The other one does it based on the author's name, first or last name, while the third does it based on the category the book belongs to. Now, a person working in one library would find it really challenging to work in the other because the way of arranging the books is different. The same goes for the file system that each operating system actually uses. Now, Windows and Mac, the most popular operating systems rather, use different file systems, and therefore there are a lot of compatibility issues. Moreover, we also have mobile operating systems like iOS and Android, to which we can connect pen drives using either special jacks like the Lightning jack for iOS or OTG cables for Android. Some Android devices also support external hard drives. So let's go to each file format system and check its compatibility with each of these operating systems and workarounds in case they natively do not support the file system. The first file system that we're going to look at is called FAT32. Now, we are going to look at this compatibility table, which will tell us the OS and the file system. The OS, as I said, operating systems are Windows, Mac, and Android. And in each of these cases, we are going to look at which file system can be read and which file system can be written. And in case one of them doesn't work, in fact, in all cases, if the write doesn't work, the read may work, but there is no case where the read doesn't work and the write works. So in case there is any issue with either of them, we will look at any workaround if there is one. And then we're going to look at the pros and the cons of each of these file systems. So as I said, the first one is called FAT32, also known as File Allocation Table. FAT32 is actually a file system that came after FAT8, FAT12 and FAT16 bits. But the one currently in use, which is FAT32, is a very old format, almost 30 years old, but it's still widely used. It is the oldest of all the file systems that we are comparing. It works with Windows, Mac in terms of read and write, as well as Android in terms of read and write. So this is one of the biggest pros of the file system, which is the very reason why it is still in existence, that it is compatible with all the operating systems. But its cons are that it does not support compression, which shrinks the files stored in your hard disk to enable more data to be stored, and journaling, which enables it to log all your file info separately, which enables you to recover your files in case of a disk crash or error. It also does not support encryption to protect your files from prying eyes. Another limitation of this file system is that it can have a max disk size of 2 terabytes, which means that if you have a disk of more than 2 terabytes, you cannot format the entire disk in FAT32, but would have to partition it to create disk volumes of 2 terabyte or less. For example, if you have a hard drive, let's say of 8 terabytes, and you want the entire hard disk to be formatted as FAT32, well, it won't be possible. The only way to do that is to partition it into 4 parts of 2 terabyte each, and then format each of them in FAT32 system. And therefore, this is one of the biggest limitations of this. But another limitation of FAT32 is the fact that you cannot have a single file of more than 4 gigabytes. That means no file more than 4 gigabytes can be copied into it as one single file. And most of the pen drives come pre-formatted with FAT32 so that they can be used with all operating systems. And that is why the problem that I used to face with my pen drive of not being able to copy 4 gigabyte is because FAT32 does not allow you to do that. It is one of the oldest formats. This was the era when things were just going to gigabytes and megabytes was the norm. And that is why they had a file size limit of 4 gigabytes and a disk volume size of 2 terabytes. The next operating system that we're going to look, the next file system we're going to look is called NTFS. NTFS stands for New Technology File System. This file system was introduced specifically for Windows computers to do away the small file size and disk size limitations of FAT32 along with the compression, journaling and encryption issues. So it works well with Windows. This was first introduced with Windows NT, hence the name NTFS. As expected, it works with all the Windows operating systems. Most of the hard drives we get in the market are pre-formatted with NTFS, as the most dominating computer operating system is Windows. But NTFS is read-only in Mac, doesn't write. And this was the problem that I was having with my external hard drive when I connected it to my Mac. Now there are 3 workarounds for making your NTFS formatted drive to work with Mac for both read and write. First is NTFS 3G. Now this is probably the most popular workaround since it is free. But since the development of the software has stopped, you would need to install 2 additional applications to make it work. The second method, which is also free, is by using command terminal. Basically, Mac has hidden its feature for writing to NTFS drives. By typing a certain set of commands, one can enable write function for NTFS drives. This method, however, is not recommended by Apple, and since it involves tinkering with the Mac OS, it is not advisable to use this technique, as it is possible that you might lose your warranty over this. Moreover, many users have reported issues with this particular process once they updated their Mac OS. The third and probably the most reliable method is by using Paragon NTFS, which is a paid application. The advantage is that it is bug-free, it has support and updates based on the new updates of Mac OS. I'll be creating a separate video on each of these methods and how to use them with Mac. Unfortunately, iOS devices cannot be connected to an external hard drive using the Lightning to USB cable after iOS 8 update, which is the very reason why I'm not including iOS in this particular comparison. I'll be discussing the usage of external drives and iOS drives in this video later. Android devices that can use OTG cable can be connected to NTFS drives, but they are read-only. You cannot write into them. Since Android is an open platform OS, different manufacturers tweak the OS, and therefore there is generally no single solution for all Android devices. Pen drives would work well with Android as they are FAT32 formatted. But to connect an external drive, either the device should be able to deliver that much power to the hard drive, or the hard drive should be externally powered. You can also use externally powered OTG cables. The first workaround, which is read-only, is an app called StickMount. The second and the best workaround is the use of Paragon HFS Plus NTFS exFAT free app that lets you read and write to NTFS drives. There are much better options to connect pen drives and external hard drives to an Android device, which again I shall be discussing along with that of iOS. So the pros: best for Windows, maximum volume is 256 TB and a single file size of 16 TB. And the con, of course, is that it is mainly for Windows. The next one that we're going to look at is called HFS Plus, also known as Hierarchical File System. Now, this is developed by Apple, and this file system obviously doesn't work with Windows, but works well with Mac. And one of the workarounds with Windows is of using apps like HFS Explorer, which again is a read-only app, but one can use Paragon NTFS HFS Explorer, which can help you both read and write with the HFS Plus hard drives. And with Mac, it works perfectly fine in terms of read and write. In Android, again, the HFS Plus drive wouldn't work. No read and write possible. The workaround is to use the same free Paragon NTFS HFS Plus exFAT app we used for reading and writing NTFS drives in Android. Now, the pros of HFS formatted drive is that it supports all model file encryption systems like journaling, compression, encryption, etc. It has a maximum drive capacity of 8 exabytes and a single file size of also 8 exabyte. 1 exabyte is 1 million terabyte, and I guess we need to go a long way before drives of this capacity are manufactured for commercial use. The cons are obvious, as we can't easily use this drive with any other OS other than Mac. APFS, which is pretty new, the new kid in the block, is called the Apple File System. Now, this file system will be soon found in all Apple products like macOS, iOS, tvOS and watchOS. APFS is optimized for flash and solid-state drive storage with a primary focus on encryption. Apple File System was announced at Apple's developer conference WWDC in June 2016 as an upcoming replacement for HFS Plus, which had been in use since 1998. an era of floppy disk and hard drives. It was released for iOS devices on March 27, 2017 with the release of iOS 10.3. It is being released as the default for Mac OS devices beginning with Mac OS 10.13 released in the beta form in June 5, 2017 and coming for general release in this fall. APFS will be used as the default file system for all Mac OS beginning with Mac OS High Sierra. So as of now, it will only work in Mac, and that too with the new OS that will be launched soon. So with Windows, it doesn't work. With Mac, it will work, but only with Mac OS High Sierra. You will not be able to read the files of Mac OS High Sierra on the previous operating systems, while the other way is possible. It doesn't work with Android. So its workability with Windows and other iOS is a big no. Moreover, workarounds will be clear once the file system is released to developers. The pros of Mac users will be many. It gives increased encryption, increased number of files, data integrity and crash protection. It has a max drive capacity of 8 XB bytes and a single file size of 8 XB bytes. And 1 XB byte is about 1.15 exabytes. The cons are also many. Not only it is expected not to work with other operating systems, it is also not going to work with older OS of Mac, older than Mac OS High Sierra, which is yet to be launched. One can convert all the previous files into the new format, but the new formatted files will not be accessible in the older OS. So currently this format is not supported by Time Machine, File Vault and Fusion drives. And the last of the file system that we're going to talk about is called exFAT. And this is the last kid on the block. And this stands for Extended File Allocation Table. It does exactly what its name signifies. It extends the reach and scope of FAT format. It works perfectly well with Windows and Mac. So Windows and Mac, no problem. Android doesn't support this format, so the workaround is to use stick mount. Though the free Paragon app does claim to read and write exFAT, it actually doesn't do so. The pros of this format is that it can be used quite well with Mac and Windows, just like FAT32, but it has a max disk and file size limit of 128 petabyte, where 1 petabyte is 1024 terabytes. Most of the high capacity SD and micro SD cards come formatted with exFAT as they are used in 4K cameras which capture videos of very high file size. The downside of exFAT is that it does not support journaling, which is scary as data loss may not be recoverable, and also does not support file compression, which means the actual file size will be remaining as it is in the drive. Therefore, it would lead to reduced number of file storage. Moreover, being a proprietary of Microsoft, it is not separated in open source platforms like Linux and Android, as they would have to pay Microsoft a license fee for every storage device with exFAT. So this is the detailed explanation of various file systems, their pros and cons along with the compatibility with different operating systems. So let's see what are my final recommendations. If you are a Windows user, I would suggest you use NTFS or exFAT. And if file size is not limit, FAT32. If you are working both in Windows and Mac, I would suggest go with exFAT. If you are a Mac only person, go for exFAT or HFS Plus. I still reserve my comments for APFS because we really don't know about its compatibility with the older operating systems of Mac. And fourthly, in case you are using an Android device, then remember it is better to use exFAT with appropriate apps, or perhaps FAT32, which works across all platforms if file size of 4 GB is not a problem. So remember, for all issues, if 4 GB file size is not an issue, always go with FAT32 systems. Remember, even smart TVs prefer FAT32 and NTFS, and sometimes exFAT doesn't work with smart TVs. And finally, for iOS and Android devices, I would rather not use the OTG cable and use hard drives with that. There are much better options, which as I said in the beginning, I will be discussing at the end. Now, the options that I have for you are this SanDisk Wireless Connect Stick, as well as the Western Digital My Passport Wireless. Now, this is a hard drive, and this is a pen drive. This is 200 gigabytes and this is 2 terabytes, also available in 3 terabyte version. And these are wireless drives. That means they generate their own hotspot, and to do that hotspot you can connect your iOS or Android device, and you will have certain apps for these particular drives, and you can open these drives in those particular apps. You can read as well as write. They even have backup options of backing up your contacts, backing up your camera roll, backing up your calendar. So these would be much more preferred for mobile operating systems than trying to use an OTG cable with a hard drive or a pen drive. So that was the final assessment of various file systems, and I hope this video helped you in understanding what these are and which file system is compatible with which particular operating system, and perhaps this will help you in figuring out which is the best option for you. If you have any questions, any queries, any suggestions, any comments that you wish to make, please drop them in the comment section below. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do subscribe immediately, as I'm going to be posting lots and lots of videos of technology, and the moment I post them, and if you subscribe, you will get the immediate notification regarding the videos that I post. And you'll also get a separate panel on the left side of your YouTube channel with each of your subscriptions separately listed, and you can access each channel without having to search for them in YouTube. If you like the video, please also hit the thumbs up button. This is Kalyan Kumar signing off. Have a great day. Goodbye and thank you for watching.